Hello and welcome everybody to this new XTB live news video. My name is Walid Kudmani and I am the market analyst for XTB. In this video we're going to talk about some of the main events that happened during the first part of the European session this morning, what we can expect from the US session that's about to start, some main events in the markets, what to keep an eye on from an economic calendar point of view, and then we're going to be taking a look at some charts to see some key levels and some major moves today. So it's been quite an interesting day in the markets today, with the overnight markets and yesterday's US markets dropping significantly, with the Nasdaq dropping by 3.5%, Dow Jones by 1.75%, and the S&P by 2.45%. The sell-off continued during the Asian session, with the Nikkei index dropping almost 4%, and then today European indices started the day and lower, but then have managed to recover some of these losses and in fact are heading higher. What isn't is actually gold, which has been continuing the downward move as US bond yields continue to pressure the price of gold, and we're seeing that affect several markets in the meantime. Bitcoin also recovering from daily low of $45,000, managed to recover slightly, but also dropping across all markets. Yesterday, US Senate said that Biden's $15 minimum wage proposal cannot be part of the economic relief package, as previously had been thought, but this has remained one of the main topics and priorities on the agenda for President-elect, or President now, Joe Biden. Precious metals, oil, and agricultural commodities, along with industrial metals, traded lower in the morning, and we're going to be taking a look at some charts for them. But some potentially negative news from the pandemic point of view: we have a small pickup in new cases, with more than 400,000 new cases being reported in each of the past 2 days. That is below previous averages from previous peaks, but it is higher than the recent past. So let's take a look at today's economic calendar. We have, as I said, markets recovering slightly, but we do have some data pack from the US for January, with the core PCE inflation, which is one of the favorite measures of the Fed to keep an eye on, personal spending and personal income, along with the Chicago PMI for February at 245, and then at 3, the University of Michigan index for February as well. The earnings season continues, with Foot Locker announcing their earnings before the market open, and there will be a call between G20 finance ministers and central bankers today to discuss economic policy. Taking a look at the charts now, and let's take a look at some of the major moves. We start usually with the DAX, so let's start with the DAX, DE30. As I said, starting the day slightly lower, but then have managed to recover since the start of the session, and now testing this previous price reaction zone around 13.85, as you can see. The index dropped to a low of around 13.636, and then managed to rebound 1.something%, pulling back slightly at the moment. Other than that, we have the Italian index, the MIB. You can see similar situation, but without the same recovery. The UK FTSE of London, you can see, starting the day lower, recovery, but now the pullback is actually greater than the recovery, so it's actually trading lower, testing the support area rather than the resistance on this line around the 6,525 mark. The CAC 40, similar situation, actually slightly higher drop in the morning and then recovery, but still has not completely lost all the gains. US indices, let's take a look before the open. We can see that both of them trading lower yesterday, but still holding above these support areas for the S&P around 3,800, and then managing to reach a high of 3,850. So the range is quite narrow, but as you can see, there are some levels determined here. The index dropped around 1%. It remains to be seen today, especially after the data pack. Next week we'll have the NFP as well for January, or for February. That's going to be a big deal and a big event to keep an eye on. Plus the G20 call today also will be interesting to keep an eye on. We'll take a look also at the Nasdaq, the US Tech Index. As you can see, similar situation to the European ones, with a slight recovery and then a pullback. But it really does remain to be seen what will happen. Main event today is the precious metals, in particular gold. Let's take a look at the commodity side with gold. And you can see that the downward move just continues on the 1-hour chart after breaking below the Ichimoku cloud. Further 2.2% or 2.1% down. Currently trading at 1759, the lowest level since last June, so June of 2020, when in fact the drop extended even further, but that was the recovery. So as you can see, the move is, there was some range trading in this area, then a drop, some more range trading, a further drop, and then attempt to recovery with range trading around 1800, holding above the 1800 level. But then after breaking below it, it just continued for 2.5%, and now the price is at 1759. Similar situation on silver, but not quite. Silver is actually at 2660. 4% drop in the last few hours since yesterday. As you can see, it's almost 5% drop, breaking through the Ichimoku cloud and then continued the downward move. Testing an area previously tested as well, and really the precious metals kind of have been affecting each other, along with the markets have all been affecting. It remains to be seen if the price will continue or if this area will manage to hold as a support. Comes to oil, let's take a look at oil prices, which were extending their upward move. Huge gains made in the recent past, as you can see from the end of January. Till recently 21% up, with Brent trading at $65. Unexpected here and there, unexpected inventory drops, but this week actually we had an increase. And so you can see that prices have been struggling with one red candle, one green candle, but overall the direction seems to be upwards for the short term. WTI, similar situation, as you can see, 62.31, and the price is also up 40% in the last 3 months on the daily chart since the end of November. And then if we just take a look at this month, it's up over 20% as well on WTI. Can this continue? That remains to be seen. Let's take a look finally at some currencies on the market analysis section of the website, or of the platform. You can see, we'll go to heat map, and we'll see that USD is actually one of the worst performing, one of the best performing currencies today. You can see on the left side, all these currencies are losing to the US dollar, while these ones are actually gaining slightly. Euro is a mixed performance today, and the pound is one of the worst currencies, only trading higher against the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar, and the Polish zloty. Franc actually trading potentially well today, the Swiss franc, even though the yen is similar. The US dollar is the only one that's actually performing better. Australian dollar, one of the worst currencies, along with the New Zealand dollar. And let's take a look at the pairs with the cable, so dollar pound, dropping from the recent highs reached of 142, and now currently trading around 139, so below the key 140 level, also below the two EMAs, the 21 and the 8 period EMA, which now crossed, and then we saw this drop, but still remains at 113, 138, which is also around this previous reaction area. Euro dollar, along with the USD index, as you can see, the USD index has been gaining with the US dollar strength, and meanwhile we can see this Euro USD pullback with the Euro dropping to 121, still above the 120 level, but above 121, and even recently managed to reach 122. So hopefully this video was useful. Thank you very much for paying attention, and hopefully you have good luck with your trading. My name is Willie Kudmani. Thank you very much.